Hey, what's good, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are all well. Um, there was a few things coming through already. So, Happy New Year. I'm sure it's already New Year for some of you somewhere um on the other side of the world, right? Maybe in Australia already or not yet. I don't know. Japan, I don't know. Maybe it's New Year already somewhere else, but Happy New Year to everybody. Um, yeah, so a few messages that were already coming through. I had this amazing dream, but I'll tell you guys after. But the number 47 popped up, right? And I looked it up. Angel number 47 signifies encouragement from the universe that your hard work is paying off, confirming you're on the right path to achieving goals and fulfilling your soul's purpose, urging you to stay positive and trust your efforts are leading to success and growth. It's a message of validation for dedication, linking effort number 4 with spiritual insight 7, and suggesting rewards and spiritual alignment are near. So anyone that resonates with that, right? That's a number that popped up this morning, 47. Hey, good morning, Brittany. Hey, Yoko Sen. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. Hopefully you're doing well. Hey, River Dragon, Happy New Year. Yeah, so this morning, right, I was like, should I make a video? And then my ears started ringing like super loud. So I was like, all right, I guess that's a yes, right? And then I seen the number 47. So for those of you just hopping on, you could check it after I read what the number 47 signifies, right? So if you resonate with that. And then I had this amazing dream that I'll share after. But yeah, let me see. I kind of want to do I'll pull the card for each, fire, water, earth, fire, water, earth, air, and then I'll do, you know, take the questions, right? So that can be my little New Year thing to yeah, make it a little more tailored to whoever's listening, right? Okay, so let's see, what's the message for the air signs, right? The air signs. I did one for each sign in the membership area, but I want to do it at least. I know it'll take way too long to do each sign, but oh wow, okay. Did I say air signs? I think I did, right? So for the air signs, I don't know. I guess maybe air signs are having a nice little glow up right now, right? Like charisma. Maybe you're noticing that people are drawn to you, right? Third eye. Maybe your third eye is nice and wide open. That's funny because yeah, I hadn't been dreaming in a while, right? Obviously, I'm an air sign. Um, well, my son, right? My son is an air sign. So, yeah, and last night I had such a vivid dream that I hadn't in a while. So it was funny that it finally popped back in, right? Hmm. So yeah, let me see what else for air signs. And it says someone that's good with business. Maybe you're starting new ventures. Look at that. Oh, another thing this morning I heard TikTok, TikTok. So I know I had talked about that, how I felt the cycle was closing. So this is for the whole collective, right? The cycle was closing. Uh, kind of that, whatever you're leaving behind is staying behind and whatever. So it was funny that this morning it was like a TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. I heard like, yeah, I guess, whatever you're moving forward with, you're moving forward with, and then whatever decided to stay behind stayed behind, right? So it was funny that so many things this morning. That's why I was like, okay, let me hop on here, right? So yeah, so for the air signs, maybe you've decided, right? That's what reminded me right now of the TikTok, right? Maybe just heading towards calmer waters, right? Because even if you look forward, the waters look pretty calm, and then it's kind of like what's being left behind, even though I know, like, but that's what they're kind of putting in my head right now, right? Like, about see the wavy waters, and then that way it looks like the waters are a little calmer, right? So that's pretty funny. Who's uh, who's wearing? Thank you. Oh, 1405 is what, 205? Oh yeah. That's the UK, right? River Dragon. Let me see. What else for the air signs? What else for the air signs? Is that it? I don't know. I guess that's kind of to the point. Oh, wow, beautiful. I love it. So yeah, right, sitting on your throne, feeling very charismatic, right? I feel like self-love too. The way that flower just popped out. And it's funny, right? Because she has the wand, right? So, and then the magician comes out, right? With the wand again. It looks reflective too right now, right? So this for air signs, right? The reflectiveness, sitting, self-love, right? With the flower, like, you know what? Like I like it, right? With your little spirit animal, your flower, your wand ready to create what you gotta create after deciding to move towards calmer waters, and the magician, right? Getting ready to speak into existence. That's funny that it's a throat chakra, but well, it's fine. Maybe catch getting your bearings back after whatever you went through in 2025, right? So that's for air signs, right? Let's see earth signs now. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, earth signs. So do you got love on the brain, earth signs? Hmm. Let's see. Making a choice, right? The choice, making a choice. Oh, I got all the, let me see. Wow. Maybe you've been working hard this past year, right? Maybe you've been focusing on work and yeah, maybe there was a breakup, maybe a bit before the end of the year and all this. So you just put your head down and focused on work. And now as the year's ending, right, you got love on the brain, right? For the earth signs. That's interesting. Let's see what else for the earth signs. What else for the earth signs? Let's see. What else for the earth signs? Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. Or thinking about something from the past. Earth signs. I don't know if there's any earth signs, let me know, but that's interesting. Hmm. It happens, right? I know it happens. Um, you could get so busy with things, right? Like I had a whole moment of self-reflection. Um, yeah, like as I just got super busy towards the end of this year, and then after, when everything just like stopped, like obviously you have time to self-reflect and all that. So I don't know if some of the earth signs are up in their head right now. Okay, I'll pull one more just because I don't want to. Okay, well, hmm. I think regardless, even if some of you are up in your head just reflecting back on all the things from this year, you feel stable, right? I think your responsibilities superseded, whatever things were going. Not that you shouldn't take time, right, to self-care, right, earth signs and all that, but I think you're very aware of the responsibilities you have. And going into 2026, you're sitting on your throne confidently. So I like that, right? Because air signs had the similar thing. Earth signs, you know, the air sign energy is different, right? They were more like, damn, what can I create? The earth sign is more like, which is kind of normal, right? Because earth signs are tend to be focused more on stability in this 3D reality, right? I guess the air signs it's more about, damn, okay, what am I gonna create for 2026? I got my wand and then, the magician. What am I gonna speak into existence with earth signs? It's like you've been already working hard and you're focused on your responsibilities, right? So it seems like that's the thing going into 2026 and the current energy right now, right? So let's see, fire signs. Eight Earth Wow, that's a lot of Earth. So maybe that resonated with you. I don't know. That's funny. That's a lot. Well, that's good then. That means you're a stable person, right? Usually, or I don't know. How you feel? Oh wait, I didn't put these back in. No wonder it didn't want to come out. I'm like, you guys don't want to say nothing for the fire signs or what? Let's see. Let's see. What do you want to say to Oh wow, fire signs. You feel there's something right now. You feel passionate about something, rushing towards something, right? Fire signs right now. You feel like you're rushing, like there's something urgency, right? Maybe some of you felt like that, right? Like what I was talking about, like the yeah, I kind of felt like a cold, like the chills almost, right? And right now it's funny because I was about to turn on my heater because it feels hot, so I know those cold chills meant something, right? So maybe that was a channeled message because in the beginning, like this morning I started hearing TikTok, TikTok. So maybe there's some fire signs that feel like that, right? Like there's something before this year closes out, right? So let's see what else for fire signs. Whoa. Oh, wow. The tower. And I think is that Scorpio and Aries or the tower? Wow. See, so that makes sense, right? Tick tock, tick tock. The tower hit. TikTok. That's crazy. Oh, maybe some of you are on TikTok. I don't know. That's funny. I just thought about that. TikTok. Maybe there's something about TikTok. Who knows? Let me see. Yeah, Aries and Scorpio. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was saying that right. Oh, okay. Oh, so okay. Wow, you resonated with that. That's good though. See, before, ouch to the tower. Oh, were you in Aries? You're in Aries, right? River Dragon or something like that. You are, right? So fire signs, right? Maybe you're. Why? The tower isn't bad. I like the tower. The tower just means, hey, sometimes we don't listen, right? I had dreams where I remember two very specific ones where I brought the tower down, right? So, my higher self knew, like, hey, you're not listening. And then my higher self brought down these towers, right? One was huge, huge, huge. And then another one was, decent size. But I remember the big one, I just started shaking everything, right? It was crazy. So, hey, it happens sometimes. It's okay. That means we just weren't learning something. Whoa, wow, okay. I don't know, fire signs, what's going on here. Oof, rushing in, the tower, 10 of swords. But hey, after every ending, there's a new beginning, right? Wow, that's big. Hmm. Let me clear because it's interesting the energy I'm getting. Because sometimes the 10 of swords is like feeling wronged by others, but because of the way this is rushing in, it almost feels while they put that in my head, so I'll just say it. It's almost like trying to make something right, like at the last, like, hey, yeah, like maybe the tower had a hit, so you see something, right? Um, okay, let me. That's funny how the air signs was, pretty. to the point, earth signs, and then fire signs. Hey, I guess it makes sense with all the fire, right? Fire. Oh, and it's interesting because, right, we're going into the year of the fire horse. So maybe there's an urgency there, right? For fire, right? Maybe fire has to start the year off like in a good way, right? Trying to clear out any things that had to be cleared. Wow. Wow. Yeah, see? Maybe it can be an abundant year, right? Oh, wow. Unless it was kind of that, right? Like I said, how the last reading, the mother wounds thing came out, right? And I talked about how what they were showing me in that reading, the mother wounds, how they're tied into your abundance. So maybe there's just something there in general, just setting certain things right. Because if you don't before this year closes, at the same time, right? It's like blocking yourself from moving forward, holding on to anything, right? Not forgiving others, not forgiving yourself, holding on to resentment. So, it could be more than just the mother wounds, right? In this instance, right? Because even that, right? Someone with all the swords, well, like, right, they're laying there with all the swords, but once you start taking them out, it's like, okay, well, I forgive this person, I forgive that person, I forgive this, I forgive myself, all this stuff, right? But there's this urgency of making something right, right? And it's okay, right? If you feel you did something that you need to correct and all that stuff, but yeah, that's pretty funny, right? And look at that. Wow, that's the right, the root and then the root. So it's important to set that foundation. And the tower, right? What does that mean? That the whole foundation was shoddy, right? It had to be, it was built on an unstable foundation, right? So it has to be torn down, right? The root, the root to be built back up again, right? From the ground up. So that's funny that it's the root chakra, right? For both of those. Maybe you can see clearly now the moon, the illusion finally collapsed after a tower and the ten of swords, right? Maybe you finally see what you need to be abundant, right? For the fire signs. And look at, wow, the star, right? So there's something, right? Maybe now seeing yourself as a star, or whether you were connecting with somebody else, right? And that makes sense, right? With the Ten of Pentacles, seeing some a direction you want to head maybe in 2026, right? Maybe you got some air in your chart, right? Whatever fire signs are connecting with this, and you're seeing what you're gonna create, right? With that magician energy too, right? And to close it out for the fire signs, Sagittarius, right? See, standing in your truth, something, right? So there was something that was revealed with that, with that, the tower, the Ten of Swords rushing in, right? Something that for your Ten of Pentacles, right? Standing in your truth, that solar plexus energy, right? TikTok, TikTok, fire signs. I don't know why that one just, that's so funny. TikTok, TikTok. See, while I was doing your read, I kept feeling these cold chills down my spine, and now it's hot again, right? So it was like specifically that. Oof, like, okay, so all right, let's go. Wow, as I picked up the deck to go into it's a fellow fire sign, but it was in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, right? So maybe some of you, oh, the Aries card, right? Maybe some of you were, just not being yourself, right? Be like those commercials. You needed a Snickers, right? Those commercials where they show someone acting all crazy and right, they just needed a Snickers to be the emperor right side out, right? So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Fire signs 10-10. 10-10 might be a sign now. Yeah. 10. 10-10, yeah. You know what? That's funny. Because I had been seeing 10-10. And it caught my eye for some, right? Like I picked up my phone, it was like 10-10 or stuff like that, right? That number's been coming up. So Yeah, I mean, 10 is completion, so maybe there was something in that, right? Really closing out that whatever lesson, right, with the 10 of swords and then understanding what you need to do to get to that 10 of pentacles now. So what's last? Water signs, right? Last but not least. And that's funny. I know this full moon's gonna be in Cancer. So that's usually not only if you have Cancer placements, but Cancer is just like I think that full moon is gonna be a super moon in Cancer. So I think a lot of us might be, you know, hit with emotions, right? So it's probably gonna be a very emotional full moon, right? Wow, the King of Wands. That's interesting, right? For the water signs. Are water signs feeling very fiery right now? Maybe that, right? Maybe that's funny that I was talking about the super moon in Cancer. Maybe that's making you feel very in your element, but giving you even like a fiery energy, right? I know we're going into Aries, right? Like everything's changing astrologically, and we're going into there's all these things like we're officially in Aries already, or going into Aries. I forgot what it is though. My friend that's all into the astrology, like she was breaking it all down, and there was just a lot of stuff she was saying. But oh yeah, yeah, the water, yeah. So let's see. Okay, what else for the wow, that's pretty cool. I like it. Maybe water signs are gonna feel really like powerful during this supermoon, right? Like look at wow. See, you can't make that up. What was I talking about? The Cancer supermoon, and there it is, Cancer. Interesting. That's an interesting combination, right? Because you have the fiery King of Wands, but still keeping that watery compassion. See, that's how was the all the incense blowing this way already. That's funny. It was all coming this way right now. I'm sure the intuition is gonna be bumped up all the way, right? Wow, I didn't even see that this one had flipped over. That's interesting. So water signs, maybe you're feeling very stable. You want to celebrate right now. You're in a good mood. You want to be around family. Maybe it's gonna be easy for you to communicate. Like I know I've came across that right in the past dealing with water signs and all this and that. Sometimes it's hard for them to communicate, right? They'll clam up, right? A lot of times, right? Cancers, right? I've always been around at some point or another around cancers and sometimes they'll clam up and then take a couple of weeks or a year just to express what was on their mind, you know what I mean? But it feels like it's gonna be an easy time to communicate, right? Maybe you're gonna tap into maybe some of you have fire in your chart, or you're gonna be already feeling that fire from the fire horse, right? And it's gonna be an easier time to communicate. Cause look at for the water sign, that's already two Aries, right? Wow, that's funny. Huh. Interesting. Hey, Adrian, good morning. That's pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Let me see. It's funny that you're talking about the community. When you said that, like I felt all this stuff in my throat right now. So it didn't feel blocked though. So that's the interesting thing. Hmm. Maybe, yeah, it'll be an easy time for wow. Wow. Look at the water signs. Wow. I think this supermoon's gonna be, man, all of them are third eye and it's all like look at what came out now. The King of Swords, King of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Cups, right? So, man, air, fire, water. Man, I think the supermoon for the water signs is gonna be you're gonna see a lot, right? You're gonna be super in tune. Your third eye is gonna be like bam. So if there's anything you want to communicate during that time, um, yeah, spit it out. You're gonna be sitting on your, sitting on your throne, very confident, very authoritative. Maybe, yeah, hey, maybe creator, the spirit world, you're gonna be the perfect if you choose to be the messenger, the vessel during that time. It seems like for any of you that do, that work, right? It's gonna be very like the authority, right? You're gonna have that, like, hey, I'm speaking for creator right now. I know what I'm saying. I got no doubts. Like very authoritative, authoritative. Oh, and it even says that, huh? Autoridad. That's funny. Yeah, I like it. We look at very balanced too, right? So that's interesting, right? You're not gonna go all crazy with the emotions or nothing. Just very. Hmm. So the only one that's all with the TikTok is the fire signs, right? Trying to beat that beat that clock, right? But even though that's funny because the water signs have a lot of fire energy, right? Hmm. So I think that's interesting. Okay, so I don't know if anyone has any questions. Anyone wants me to pull a card for them because I guess that went faster than I thought it was, right? I did the air, earth, fire, and water. Let me see. Anything just in Oh wow. I was gonna say anything for just the collective in general, Nine of Pentacles, prosperity. That's beautiful, right? I think that had already been coming out anyways though, right? About this year feeling very like prosperous, right? For those that closed out the cycles. And I think when I did the readings for each sign, there was some that I wonder if there was any fire signs in there because I don't remember that were kind of on that. Uh-oh, they hadn't quite completed cycles and they there was still some things going into 2026, but that was funny about the TikTok. Is Paul McCartney the same as in 1964? What is that? Why is Paul McCartney is there conspiracies that Paul McCartney is cloned or something or what? My phone rang. Let me see. Let me see. All right, let me ask. I like that. That's a funny question. Is Paul McCartney the same as 1964? That's funny. No. But are any of us the same, right? I wasn't born in 1964, but I don't feel like the same person. Like we go through changes, Like I love the lessons of the Scorpio that in their life they can have like seven death and rebirths, right? I think the first one being like a spider, maybe. It met spider, scorpion, snake. I don't know what else. Eventually, I know then it's like I forgot. I think the last second to the last is like an eagle, and the seventh is like a phoenix, right? Death and rebirth. So I don't know. Maybe you want, or I don't know. I don't know about all the conspiracy stuff. So maybe Paul McCartney was cloned, right? Or it just means that, right? It's a whole different person. Because yeah, we have a lot of changes. Hopefully, right? Hopefully you come into this life and there's all kinds of changes and you don't stay the same. So I don't know how they mean it. I'm not gonna look deeper into that, but maybe that'll send you down a rabbit hole and you could come back and tell us because it said no. It said no, and it was the hermit, right? So maybe it's about you taking the time to dig out what that means. Paul McCartney is not the same person. Oh, it was that. Okay, then yeah, I guess they're not the same person. So I mean, I don't pay attention. I didn't even know. Like, if you would ask me, like, is Paul McCartney still alive? I wouldn't have even known because I don't follow them. He is from the Beatles, right? I know he is from Paul McCartney's from the Beatles, right? So, so I don't know. That's interesting. What other questions then? That was cool. Thank you. I needed to have a question like that. Let me see. Yeah, Adrian, of course. You want just in general, or do you want to ask a question? Hey, Ascend the Universal Butterfly, Happy New Year. Yeah. For Adrian, just let me know if you want a certain question or just yeah. So now we all have homework. Now we gotta find out why they said Paul McCartney is not the same person, right? Mhm. Let's see. So what do you want Adrian to know right now? Oh, inspiration. Maybe oh, oh wow. Okay. Wow. Before I read your question, I feel like inspiration's right around the corner. Um, it's okay, right? Don't be hard on yourself, right? We forget, right? We put so much on ourselves in these human bodies. We forget, right? It's just a vessel we're using while we're here, right? We are our souls, right? We are the spirit. But in these human bodies, right? We feel all the things that these human bodies feel, like a car, right? We forget. You could keep driving your car, you forget to put gas, guess what? It's gonna stop. You forget to do the oil change, it's gonna break down. All the things, right? The new tires, you're gonna get a flat, probably, hopefully you're not driving somewhere and your car flips over and right. So it's okay to experience the things, right? In these human bodies, right? We're susceptible to waves in the air that we can't even see, right? When all this 5G stuff came out, I remember having dreams before they started doing it. And I remember when it first happened, people trying to take down the towers, and people were almost like people were being guided that it didn't feel right for them or something intuitively. Because I even had dreams about that kind of stuff. And then, so yeah, there's so many things affecting us that we don't realize it. So it's okay if you feel like you needed to take a break, but I feel like inspiration is going to come. Maybe just, yeah, maybe just focus on connecting spiritually right now, right? The crown chakra, but I think it's gonna come to you out of nowhere, right? Okay, let me put. That's a common theme though, right? Like the feeling of feeling. I think I just said that in a video. How even when I had this experience, right, and you feel all this love and all that, and then to come here where people are so concerned with, because it is right. They've tailored us to how the way all those people, right? How like even Rockefeller, right? I want workers, not thinkers. All these things that they are literally programming us nonstop. I remember when I was in school, and this was before cell phones were even had any kind of. I think it was still flip phones and all that stuff, right? I don't even know if phones had screens yet. And I took a class, and they said the average person gets 1,000 advertisements a day, or sees them as they're driving through the street or on TV or anything, right? 1,000 advertisements a day. What's the point of an advertisement? To change your mood, to make you want something, right? So they're pulling on emotions, on your mind, right? Everything. Imagine now with cell phones, we probably get over 2,000 advertisements a day. So there's always going to be something that makes us feel displaced in this reality, right? So just to say, don't be hard on yourself, especially when you've already seen the other side and everything's all sunshine and rainbows, and you feel the energy and the love and all that. Uh, for you, I just heard, have you gone to the water? I heard that right now. Maybe go take a dip in the ocean. I know it's cold right now, so I don't know how you're gonna manage to do that where you're at, right? If it's cold or not, maybe go in the middle of the day and completely immerse yourself in the water, right? Maybe even make it ritualistic. Ask the water, like if that's the cleansing of all cleansings, right? We're all made of water. Water is, the earth is mostly made of water, right? Go into the water, talk to it, ask it to help you, right? To help you get your bearings back in this reality right now, right? So that's what I heard. I feel like that's important. Go to the water. Yeah. Maybe even that. I mean, If you want to wait till the Cancer supermoon, right? And go during that time and try to dip yourself completely in the ocean, or if you want to go before that, right? But that definitely came through. But talk to the water, right? Talk to the water, and that water will communicate with the water inside of you. So, okay, anything else then? Okay. Okay, then maybe that's the message because yeah, nothing else is kind of coming out. So, oh wow. Okay, so yeah. That makes sense, right? So the fool obviously, right? Yeah, taking that. Look at there's the it looks like the water. I don't know if that is water, but here it looks like, right? And what had came out about the being inspired, the crown again. And yeah, see, so maybe you've been in this energy, but see, there's that one. It's an illusion, right? So it shows, right, that you've been in that energy. But it's so I think that was the advice though about right getting yeah, that like a literal, right? Like a whole rebirth kind of thing, right? Taking that little cleanse in the ocean, right? Okay. What else? What else? Brittany, you want to ask if Britney Spears is a clone? Poor thing. Okay. I'll ask. Let me see. Is is Spears a clone? Britney Spears is interesting. Britney Spears is very interesting. I know she's been through a lot, right? I know, so not to take any of that away from her, but she is, yeah, that's the messed up thing. See, wow, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe the same, right? She just went through she's someone else because the question was, is Britney Spears a clone? It said yes. Okay. I'm just asking, so I don't know if that's what. So it looks like we have homework with Paul McCartney and Britney Spears. So yeah, you all let me know what you figure out because yeah, that's not my nine of swords, right? I'm not losing any sleep over Britney Spears being a clone or Paul McCartney being a clone. That's not my I have no dog in that fight because they don't affect my reality. So River Dragon 2026, okay. Perseverance. Well, it feels like I think if challenges come up, you're gonna be able to persevere, right? I mean, this obviously I hope this is you going into it, right? Like you've already overcame so much in 2025, but because of it, it feels like you have already the knowledge of perseverance, right? And you could continue doing that. It doesn't matter the obstacle, you'll persevere, right? And I got chills right now when I was saying that. But let me go ahead and ask: is this Nine of Wands more of a current energy, or is this more of the forecast for? Okay, let me ask just that. Is it more of a current energy, this perseverance? I mean, I guess I could just ask you, but I guess it is a current energy. I got like a double yes and yes, right? So maybe right now just a time to celebrate. Maybe where you've been through already so much, right? Maybe right now is a time to sit, sit on your throne, but maybe it is gonna be a year of responsibilities, but you've already gained the knowledge of how to do it. So right now, take this time to celebrate, right? If you're around family, friends, whatever it is, treat yourself, right? Like it's supposed to rain tonight, so I don't know. A lot of people were telling me like everyone's just planning to like kind of stay home during this New Year because it's supposed to rain here, which I didn't even know. I haven't even paid attention to like the forecast or nothing. So I don't know if there is people you can be around to bring in the and that's Aries, right? That's you, River Dragon, right? So hmm, I guess that's funny. Maybe it's just a time to just enjoy what you've already worked for, what the lessons. I don't know if you've done any reflecting just to I did my little year in review video, right? I guess I was just thinking about it, so I just went ahead and did the video, right? Just to share with everybody, to be transparent in my journey, right? In case I don't know it helps anybody or something. Um, but obviously, right, it was a 9 year, 9 of Wands, so I don't know. I feel like the main theme is that whatever you learned in this year is gonna help you next year. That is gonna make things easier, right? If you learned, it's so hard to say that. If you learned, the next year, but there's a responsibility to it too, right? So I heard that clearly. There is something you're gonna be responsible with this upcoming year. So, that's something else, right? I don't know what you're gonna have. You're gonna have some kind of responsibility this upcoming year. Like that, like I was saying, if you're someone that's being used by spirit, if you have something like that spirit's guiding you to do, and it's a responsibility, then maybe because the third eye too, right? So maybe there's gonna be something with that. So I don't know. Hopefully, let me know if that resonated at all. 7 inches out. Oh, New Mexico, 80 degrees, and I woke up the next day and everything was. That's funny. Oh, that's interesting. So they had that resonated with you, that the tower. Well, the devil didn't come out this time, right? I don't know. Did it come out before? It was the Ten of Swords and the. I don't think the devil came out at all during this reading, right? Let me see. What else? Oh, who was I? You have two people waiting for an apology. Will they come forward? Okay, that's a pretty to the point question. Will anyone come forward with the apology? No. It was like straight to the point. I don't mean to laugh at that, but I mean, I wouldn't ever advise anyone to wait for an apology because even that was the theme, right? Forgiveness. It's more for you. Forgive them for not apologizing, right? Don't carry that into the. Don't be weighed down. Don't do that to yourself, right? Don't be weighed down by waiting for an apology that you may never get, right? Don't be weighed down by that, right? I did a lot of forgiving because it came out for me twice. I think I said before I left my house that day that I had to go teach the yoga class, it was right there on my table, the forgiveness card. Then when I went, my friend got a new deck and I pulled the card and the forgiveness card came out. So I was like, all right, they want me to forgive, so I'm gonna forgive. I'm not gonna carry that into next year, right? There's no way I'm gonna carry that. So and that's a sign of Mercury too, right? And the throat chakra. Wow. So there it is. An apology, right? So no, like yeah, the throat chakra, Mercury, communication, right? So, But see, look at that, right? Even in that sense, right? It's like the fact that it's the five of pentacles, right? Someone that's even too poor to give an apology, that means that they don't have that within themselves. So if you're not getting an apology from someone, they don't even have that to give you because they haven't found it in themselves. Maybe they're still working on forgiving themselves for something, right? Or forgiving themselves for not even being able to forgive others, right? There's it's just so that's pretty interesting that that came out, right? So, you just in that case, you just wish someone the best and send them off with love and light and all that uh gushy stuff, and that's it, right? You go along on your way. I get it, right? I've been fixated on apologies in the past, and I don't care anymore. It doesn't bother me at all. Um, hmm. Maybe. Oh yeah, I think I was just pulling this for the collective. Then this other deck, King of Cups, came out. So maybe it's a good time for all of us, right? Especially with this Cancer supermoon, right? And it's a Scorpio, right? So we know Scorpios will dig deep, right? Scorpio is not a sign that is afraid to go into the darkness, right? To look death right in the face and really dig deep. So maybe that's a good lesson for all of us, right? To really dig deep into that our emotions, right? Sit with our emotions, be very comfortable with our emotions, and see what they're telling us, right? Like that, it might be that we do need to forgive someone, right? The mother wound thing had came out, right? So I feel that mother wound having more of a watery energy, right? That's just what popped in my head, right? They showed me like the father wound as more of a fire. They showed me the mother wound as more of water, right? For some reason, I don't know why they showed me it like that right now, right? So maybe just really sitting with our emotions right now and for the collective, right? And really seeing what it is that we have to work through. It's a good time, right? Absolutely, yeah. It's a great time to let those things go, right? Yeah, maybe even having a little, right? I know usually people do it on the moons and stuff like that. But maybe writing those things down on paper, burning it, don't burn your house down, right? Go do it outside and you know, burn some stuff away, right? Some stuff you don't want to carry it. So you have that symbolic gesture, right? And you kind of embed it in your brain. You saw yourself doing it. So whenever those things try to creep back in, you know that you let them go already, right? So no need to carry them into the next year. Okay, so anything else or I don't know. I just wanted to use this other deck just because. All right, so how can I close it out? How can I close it out? Let's do this past life. I like what came out last time with the mother one. Let's see if anything else comes out. I had that feeling right now. See, I feel like there is still some of the collective, right, that needs to purge stuff because I got that like ugh, like that feeling of like needing to purge something. So that was interesting. Letting things go. Those heavy burdens, right? Whoa. Ships, interesting. Uh-oh. That's funny how because it started like I said how I was hearing tick tock, tick tock. So has the ship sailed already? I know it means something else, right? But according to the book, but that's funny that popped in my head. Has the ship already sailed? That's it, right? Is um yeah, so or right before the ship sails, right? Don't carry that with you, right? Don't carry whatever, right? The ship's getting ready. They're like, oh, doing the all aboard. Like who's heading into the, you know, what last things are you throwing over the side of the ship? Like, wait, no, I don't want to carry this with me. Oh shoot. So yeah, that's funny. Ships. Obviously, I'm gonna read what it means in the book and all that stuff, but I thought that was funny. That's pretty cool, right? So don't carry nothing with you. TikTok, TikTok, right? I like it. Ships. Your prior lifetime spent on ships bring this card to you today. As a former sailor, crew member, or ship passenger, you've had experiences at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation you're inquiring about. You probably already have a sense of the type of life you had aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your present life. Negative reactions such as fears and phobias, or positive reactions such as longings to travel or a special affinity for the ocean, all may have arisen in prior lifetimes. Interesting. So I don't know, maybe some of the collective that's gonna resonate with them. Yeah. But for me, that's kind of what I got, right? About the ship getting ready to sail. So interesting. Know what you want to carry with you, know what you're not, right? Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you everybody that tuned in. You're all amazing. I wish you nothing but love and success and everything. Um Going into 2026. I have an excited feeling about it for some reason, right? It was it was a heavy year, right? I did go through a lot this year. You know, like I got hit with like everything in all areas. So, but it was weird the other day, and even that, right after I had had my moments of my nine of swords and my eight of swords and all these kind of things, I went to a yoga class, and as I was laying there, this is the first time ever that has happened, like in the Shavasana. For those of you that are familiar with yoga, when I was just laying there, I couldn't stop smiling. And usually that's when I'll start having a lot of like visions or stuff in the Shavasana, right? Like the last, usually minimum 5 minutes to 10 minutes of just laying there and, right, releasing, right, completely surrendering, right. I couldn't stop smiling. So I didn't have any visions, but it was just this weird sensation of just nonstop smiling. And I was like, what in the world is like wrong with me? I just couldn't stop smiling, right? And it felt good, right? It felt amazing because that had never happened before, right? To just lay there smiling, right? Like all cheesy, right? So you what? Posted a question? Montaigne, let me see. Okay, you caught me right in time because I was about to turn it off. Okay. Hi, will Austin McGrath return to your life? Wow, it's a very direct question. So, will Aston McGrath? I bet you Austin McGrath's ears are ringing right now. Like, hey, someone's talking about me. Let me see. Austin McGrath. Let me see. Are you returning? Wow. Out of all the cards. Pretty interesting. So, interesting. All right. But yeah, hey, that's what the card. So if something doesn't end up something, then don't come for my head or nothing. But hey, that was pretty fast. Like I'm surprised all that like it was that fast, right? Because this card didn't come out at all during this reading, right? So yeah. There's nostalgia there. So, but I'll give you this advice with past things, right? Because you said come back. So if there's something from the past, make sure because one thing is coming back, and even being your boyfriend, but one thing is, can you make it last, right? Can you make it stay? And so if you didn't learn from past things, then don't repeat the same cycle, right? So if you reconnect with somebody from the past, make sure you kind of address what happened in the past, right? You don't have to drudge up old stuff, oh, like in a bad way, right? But once you see that, okay, I guess we're gonna try this again. Let's not repeat the same mistakes, right? Was one of you jealous in the past? Was one of you arrogant in the past? Was one of you stubborn in the past? And then see if you could communicate that clearly, right? But hey, I mean, like Brittany said, right? It's looking good for you. So, all right. Okay. Do you want to know if you're going to Budapest? I think like I feel like you already know that answer for some reason. That's what I got. But if you want me to ask, I will ask, and then I'll close it out after that. Well, that's interesting because I got two cards with that. I don't know if they're being funny with me or what. Because I heard as I saw it, because it says no and yes, right? But no came out first, right? No, death, and yes, right? The world. But because what I heard was, I don't know where you're at, it's already the next year. So you're asking, will you go to Budapest for studies this year? This year's about to end in what, a couple hours? So I don't know. I almost feel like, hey, they have a sense of humor too, right? So when you're asking, I don't know where you're at, it's already the next year. So for me, unless you're gonna pack your bags and go right now, then the answer, of course, you're not going this year. But then the world came out, so that's pretty funny because this year is ending, right? The cycle's closing, so I don't know. That's them having a sense of humor. That's why I think they wanted me to ask you, like you know the answer to that, right? Like, do you get what you're asking, right? I don't know. I don't know. That was funny. I like it. Maybe we all needed a good laugh, right? So on that note, thank you to everybody for your questions. Thank you to everybody for allowing me to connect with you. I love you all. Nothing, I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully, myself included, hopefully we all learned our lessons this year, right? And we go into the next year, with forgiveness, with that passion to want to, right? Knowing that everything's gonna be okay, right? And yeah, just going into it with all the passion and vigor and all that good stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Love you all. I'll see you all soon. Peace.